Hello and welcome. I've done a few videos now on my Outer Banks themed island, so I thought I should do a bit of an up-to-date tour of where I'm at so far. I'm open to ideas, suggestions, etc. So if you think I'm missing something super obvious, please leave a comment below. So we'll start at the airport. I've changed the flag and put another little sign down here. At the moment there's nothing going on over to the right here. I've just kind of dumped a bunch of stuff. So on the left here we have some like marshland and what I've planned on being JJ's house right here, and I have done a bit of a speed build. That was my second video. If you're interested in watching that, that's up on my channel. And JJ's house has its own little dock right here. Can't remember if it does in the show or not, but it has because I just wanted to do it. Carrying on, we have just along here, this is all going to be covered in wheat. Here we have Shep's house. Shep reminds me of John B's dad, Big John. I think it's the floppy hair and the rugged clothes. So I think I'll at some point design the inside of Shep's house, but not just yet. I want to finish the whole exterior, finish the island before I do detailed bits like that. So again, I've given Shep his own dock, similar to the dock near John B's house on the show where his dad rings the bell. Ooh, maybe I'll see if there's a bell. If there is a bell, please can you let me know what it's called so I can search for it. So I've covered these docks in wheat to represent the sort of marshland that we see in the show, and I've also given John B his boat, which I think is a blue boat in the show called HMS Pogue, so I might change this yacht here to the one with the blue trim. So this house is going to be moved. Oh, maybe it's that boat that I'll use. Okay, I'll sort those around. Behind here I've done the peninsula, and I've done the Redfield Lighthouse here, and I've tried to custom code a path up here, just reusing the code that I've got for the house decking, just to save on a custom code thing. And again in the show it's surrounded by wheat, so I've done that again. So just past the lighthouse we have the main path along back past John B's house, and I've done his little van, which I thought was orange but I actually think it's brown. So actually let's go back over here. This left hand side kind of needs some work. I'm not really sure what to do apart from just covering it in more wheat. That might be my best bet. So yeah, the path back is just kind of a transition area so far. Just beyond this I've done a little bit of work to kind of do a replica of Shem Creek. Again, wheat to kind of cover the rubbish looking joins of where the water path meets the grass. But I still think it's a little bit on brand, so I'm not going to change that. But I will come back to Shem Creek part in a second. But first, I'm not quite happy with this area, so I'm open to suggestions. But up here I have my plaza. Excuse all the things I've just dumped. This is the plaza, so I thought I would do like a row of shops, similar to Pitt Street in the show and in real life. So this is kind of where the infamous Yeet scene kind of took place. I've used custom codes and layouts for these buildings by the amazing Tropikitch. I kind of think they work, but yeah, I can't take credit for that. So the link for the codes is down below. So circling back to Shem Creek, here we have Hayward's Seafood, which I'm really happy with how this kind of turned out. I would like those shells up the top to kind of be a little bit more visible. I did try and put them on cardboard, but it didn't quite work. At the moment it's just Kyle's house, and I will edit inside to be like a really cool little shacky restaurant just like in the show, but at the moment it's just his house. And to the left here we have like a little bit of a fisherman's dock type thing that I'm super proud of. So this part of the creek I love. I'll come down here, I've got little docks. Dun, dun. This is kind of what it looks like on the actual water. Okay, so back this way, I'd love some suggestions for this kind of road street area. I've had to push it back up here, so one, to transition it well into Shem Creek here, so it's all like on the same like row. Two, to sit in line with the plaza. And three, to have space for parking here, just like in America where they have lots of parking outside the shops out front. So past the plaza, I've done more shops. This needs some serious work again. Oh, got a cute little hat on today. Yeah, I've tried to do a little surf shop here. I'm just stood right outside it, a bit like the actual Pitt Street. But again, I think just this section looks a bit naff. And I'm not overly happy or precious about it. So any suggestions will be gratefully received. Past here, I'm going to do a big bridge, and what I'm going to do is, if I can, two inclines up here, and then I'm going to put a campsite sign up here, just like the in the show, and I'm going to have a really long bridge over to the other section, which is going to be the figure eight area, where I'm going to have a bunch of fancy shops like the Ben Silver one, which will probably just be Mabel's. And I'm also going to have a big golf club, sort of members club thing, where they held the midsummer parties. And I think that might be my house. So I could have lots of different rooms, like a reception room, changing rooms, restaurants, golf course, tennis courts, and maybe a little bit of a pool as well. So at the end of this road, when I've finished it, I'm going to have the sheriff's department here right at the end, just like they do on the show, but this is going to be, you know, facing this way, so I don't know how it's going to look. It might look rubbish, so if that gets changed, you know that it looked rubbish. I have nothing below here or above what I've done so far, so might do a couple more houses just along here. Oh my goodness, here are all of my villagers. I've never seen that before. Yeah, so I might do a couple more houses, and I also might do, just at the end here, the outdoor cinema that we see in, I think, season 1 episode 4. It's definitely episode 4 of something. And then I'm going to do, where we've got the pier here, I'm going to do There is a pier in the show and in real life, but I've completely forgotten the name of it. So I think that is everything so far that I kind of wanted to go through. As I said, that's all I've done. So I'm slowly getting there, but please feel free to give me some suggestions, improvements, ideas for any empty spaces or even spaces that don't quite work, or just some advice on how to make this look a bit better and this look a bit better. I ideally wanted some of the shops to be villager houses so I could do like a little greengrocers and a little coffee shop, but I just couldn't work out how to make it look good and be a functional house. I might still change it, we'll see. But yeah, thank you for watching and see you next time.